Morning gang, how are we all today? So, as with all sessions, you can start with the beverage of your choice. And I'm going to move to the class out of the way. And we're going to start. We're going to have a bit of a thoughtful, bit of a breath one today, and some gentle movement into the spine, into just a gentle, it's a Sunday, let's take it easy type of feel. So let's come all the way down. Oh, if you've got cushions, grab cushions. We always could do with a couple of cushions to support ourselves. Come all the way down onto our backs. Taking your time. Whoops. And once we're down there, finding that spot that feels comfy, that feels good. Hand on heart center, hand on the tummy. And let's focus on that breath in. And let the low, slow breath out. Just letting the whole body just release, relax. Bring your mind away from to-dos and haven't-dones and should-dos and all that sort of malarkey. And just breathe in, go back to the breath. And the idea is to count the breath backwards. So you can count it down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You need to keep that breath cycle going. Let's see if we can focus the breath all the way down into the hand on our tummy. We're sending the breath all the way up. Tummy rises, the chest fills. So breathe out. Lips close back down. As we breathe in, and from then we're going to take the hands to the sides of our lips, placing them just on the edges of our lips on the sides. As we breathe in, sending that breath sideways into those hands, so the ribs are moving sideways. One more breath cycle here. And placing those fingertips just behind your ribs, just behind your back. So when we breathe in, those ribs are moving too. It might take a few breath cycles to actually get them. Move. Or to become aware of the sensation of moving. And if they don't seem to, just gently tap yourself on those back ribs. Send the breath all the way back into those fingers. And let your body totally release, relax. Even those eyes closed. There's nothing to see here. So be chilled, relax. Next time we breathe in, we bring those hands up to heart center, then all the way overhead. Leg the figurative into toe tips, stretch them away. And then we're going to exhale, flex the feet. The arms all the way down both sides. And again, inhale. Pointing and lengthening those fingertips overhead, lengthening into the toes, maybe a gentle wiggle side to side, lengthening one past the other, or maybe stillness, your choice. Exhale, this time as we exhale, we're going to hug those knees all the way in. Bring those knees to hug all the way in. And we've got gentle movement side to side if it feels good, or total stillness, no choice. Taking that back in a totally different direction. And as we exhale, we're going to release those knees to the floor. We're going to take the left leg all the way out long, taking the arms out into a cactus T. Okay, the right knee is just going to cross over the body to lie all the way over, and the gaze is going to go in the opposite direction. Now, if you want to, you take that near side hand and just place it on the knee. Now your hips rolled off the ground, but if that's not comfortable for you, you keep the hips on the ground and you just roll the knee to where it feels right for you. It's your Sunday, it's your yoga, you do you. Gaze is the opposite direction. Fabulous. And then just let that hip roll all the way back down to the ground. Slide the other leg in. And we're going to lengthen the other leg out. Fabulous. Crossing that knee over. Gaze in the opposite direction. Just put your eyes closed. And gently roll it all the way back. And from here, we're going to take it long. Inhale, take it all the way overhead. And then let's take a banana. Let's take a banana to the left-hand corner of the mat. Taking the arms over to the left-hand corner. Got that lengthening down the side body. And remember, the outside hand is trapped by the inside hand. You can cross the legs over, outside on top of the inside, or inside over outside. And if you've got a cushion, I'm just trying to get this kettlebell out of the way. If you've got a cushion, you can place your cushion underneath your feet, so that also feels really good. And then straighten up the legs, and let's take them all the way over to the other side. Take the arms all the way over. So we take it our banana in the opposite direction. Oh, we're still trying to keep that breath nice and long and slow. Just take your awareness to your breath. Happy there. And then just straighten our banana. Inhale, lengthen it to the fingertips. Ease those toe tips. Exhale, just let those heels in. Hug those knees all the way into the chest, or keep the feet on the floor if that feels better for you today. It's your yoga, you do you. practice from here. If we've got those knees hugged in, we can either keep the knees super glued together and the ankles, and we can do little circles one way and the other. Or we can cross the ankles, place the hands on the knees, and we're going to do our gynecological circles. Open those knees wide apart, circling them around and back together, connecting that with the breath. Inhale takes one circle, and then exhale takes another. Fabulous. Let's recross the ankles over, and let's circle in the opposite direction. Just becoming aware of what feels natural, what feels slightly odd, what feels a little bit restricted, what feels like you're pushing, trying too hard. It's a Sunday, it's grace and ease. No straining, no pushing. We're just accepting and being. Brilliant. Bring those knees back together, hugging them all the way in. Or feet to the floor. From here, choices as well. Choices you can roll to your right hand side and press yourself up to sitting. Or choice, you can cross those ankles, grab hold of the feet, and we can rock and roll. There's no right or wrong. Bring yourselves all the way up to seated. Go into an easy seated position of your choice. 10 toes, stacking that spine. Remember, use cushions, sit on cushions, straighten your legs, and make it yours. I just find sitting cross-legged quite easy. It doesn't mean you have to. Wide legs, straight legs, or really nice. Grab your cushion and sit on your blocks or your cushion. It just gives your pelvis a little bit of a tilt, which makes sitting on the floor easier. Okie dokie. Wherever you happen to be, take your legs to wherever they happen to feel comfortable. Let's stack that spine as tall as we can, placing that head right back on top of the spine like a crown, and then lifting up from that crown, which is not the front bit, not making the nose up, it's that back bit, so we get that lengthening through the back of the spine. Then I just want you to think about your ribs. Have your ribs flared forward? Can we bring those ribs back and sit them on top of the spine? Now it kind of feels like you're rounding your shoulders now. Now let your shoulders slide back and down. Hands turn to the top, face the ceiling. And now you're going to place your head back and drop the chin slightly. So now your spine is back where it should be, and it will feel as odd can be. And we're just going to breathe through that. Full breath cycles back, the eyes closed. Sending that breath all the way down. And keep your gaze at an imaginary picture on the wall so your head doesn't start sinking forwards. As your head will follow your eyes. And we breathe all the way into those back ribs. Breath cycle here. And just batting those eyes all the way open. We're going to take our eyes on a little bit of an adventure this morning. We're going to take them around the clock. Okay, so just listen to my voice. Don't look at the screen because there'll be absolutely nothing to see. You won't be able to see it on the camera. What I want you to do with your head totally still, I want you to take your gaze, so you're trying to take your eyeballs and you're trying to see all the way back behind you. So you're stretching your eyes all the way up, like you're rolling them up into your head. And we'll hold breathing, big breath in and out. And then we're going to take our eyes all the way around to the left to 3 o'clock. And we're going to see, almost like we're trying to see out of the corner of our eyes. And we're stretching it round. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And out. And then we're going to try and take our eyes. And we're trying to see all the way underneath us. So you're trying to see, but the head isn't moving. It's just those eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And take your eyes all the way over to 9 o'clock. Try and see around behind you. Out the corner of your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, up to 12 o'clock. Breath in. Deep breath out. This time round at 9 o'clock. Can't go any further around. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All the way down to 6 o'clock. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All the way around to 3 o'clock. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then just let your eyes relax, about your eyes closed. 2 breaths here. It doesn't come forward. Practice patting those eyes all the way open. You're going to bring your hands together, heart center. And your gaze is going to come towards your thumbs. And your thumbs are going to come close into your nose. Gaze is still towards those thumbs. As you inhale, you're going to reach those thumbs all the way out in front. Stretch those thumbs forward. And you're going to take your gaze to the farmost distance point you can see. Exhale to your thumbs, to the closest most point of your thumbs. Inhale. So maybe look out the window, see something in the distance, try and focus on it. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. First most point you can see, really focus on what detail can you see. And then exhale. Bring the hands down and just back those eyes closed, keeping that spine as tall as we can. Having you check, have your ribs flared up. Shoulders rounded forward as your head comes forward. Be sure with those shoulders down, can we stack that head back on top of the spine? And just breathe. Appears from here. We're just going to go, if you've got your legs crossed, we just want to cross in the opposite direction. Then interlace our fingers, stretch it all the way out in front, taking it up overhead. So you're stretching as far as high as you can. Steps and always says, oh, you're in this one. And we're going to exhale. And we're going to take that behind you. Okay, so stretch the hand over, sending the ribs that way, keeping the sit bones sat. Maybe gentle circle of that wrist one way. And up. Just breathe it through. And bring ourselves all the way back up. And again, let's inhale. Reach for the sky before we exhale. Stretch it over. Doesn't matter where we stretch to, how far we stretch. Just thinking that opening of that side body. Sit bones are grounded. And we're just gently circling that wrist one way. And the other. Good. Bring ourselves all the way back up. From here, we're going to interlace those fingers again, press them away. Take it up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to take that simple twist. We're just going to rotate from the waist. Hands are just going to fall wherever they fall to. The nose is just going to drop down into the chest. Inhale, carve a line with that nose up towards the ceiling. Exhale, breathe down. Now, any pinching in the back of your neck, take your nose forward like a lorry going round a corner, so it goes a bit more forward and then up, rather than just bending it back. And you're only going up and down as far as feels right for you. Then breathe down. Don't you? You can hear that, but one of the commercial barges is going past. You can always tell because they've got an old two-stroke engine that goes chugga, 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 really slowly and very loudly. And then breathe the nose all the way down as we exhale. Breathe up to center. Okie dokie. And we're going to take exactly the same thing to the other side. A slurp of coffee. Slurp of coffee is totally optional. Everybody can have a tea, coffee, or nothing. Drop that head down. Inhale. That nose all the way up. Exhale. Inhale. Just going, keep it going. Last time, inhale. Last time, exhale. Oh, that's center. Fabulous. From here, let's take it over onto our hands and knees. And let's take a cat and cow. Now remember, you don't have to move the head. If moving the head is unpleasant for you, does not feel right for you, keep the head nice and long, in line with the spine, okay? Well, not in line with the spine. In line with the mat, parallel to the floor. Otherwise, we can connect it into the spine. As we exhale, we curl the tail feathers underneath, arching that back up. And the head is the last thing to fall. To lower all the way down, nice and loose. Inhale, start that movement at the tail feathers. Head does not move. Until that last movement. And again, it stays there. Until we arch. So we're not moving, we're not snapping the back backwards and forwards. We're gently articulating the spine one way and the other. 2 reasons. We're getting all those tiny muscles of the spine just to move one way and the other. Getting all those vertebrae just to move in succession. With the back, with the spine, the more you move it, the better it is, within reason. Like oiling a door. Motion is lotion. One more. Taking through into that cow. Arching that tummy so we get that real stretch. And from here, we're going to return it into our flat back position, lengthening through the crown, lengthening through the tail feathers before we send it back into child's pose. Arms and reach forward, wide to the side of the mat, so there's no pinching the top of the shoulders. Head is supported on the floor or tail feathers are lifted. Everybody's different. Come to what feels good for you. Wherever you are, make sure the head is supported on the floor, on forearms, onto a cushion block, bring the floor up to you. Just breathe it through. Inhale, bring it back up into that tabletop position. Okey dokey. From here, we're going to take our time and thread the needle. So we're not going to take it through. We're just going to bring our big toes together, taking the knees wide, hand to the center. We're always like, we're going to do circles with the arms. So first off, I'm going to take it this way so you can see. Pull that bowstring all the way up. From here, as we exhale, we're going to take arm in front, tail for the same back. As we inhale, we're going to raise, and as we exhale, palm faces forward. There's a softness in the elbow, so that we're not hyperextended the arm. Fabulous. And then bring it all the way back down. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, pull that bowstring up. Reach it to the sky. Palm faces forward, softness in the elbow. Exhale, we send it back. Inhale, we bring it up. That is bringing that hand all the way down. Let's tuck those toes underneath. Okay, we've got choices. If you want to come up into downward dog, and then we're going to come into forward fold and standing. If that's not within you today, you're just going to come up to mountain, and we'll join you there in a second. Take those tail feathers high and just pedal it through. If you've got any blood pressure issues, remember, you're coming more into an active down mountain, so there's more of a bend in your knees, your nose is forward over your thumbs, so that there is less of a downward angle. Head is up slightly. Just choose what's right for you this morning. This morning, I can do downward dog. It's not always the case. Fabulous. From here, just walking those feet into the hands. We come into that forward fold. Likewise, if forward fold doesn't work for you, we're going to come into supporting those forearms on the thighs, and the head is more in line with the tail feathers, then you're in that position. Or you can be in a full forward fold, folded the forearms, head's nice and floppy, and we're just going to take that sway. There's a softness in the knees though. Doesn't look it like on the camera because my trousers, pajamas are hanging straight, but the knees are gently bent. If I do that, you can see a bit more. Okay, just taking that sway. I think that's probably enough on my blood pressure. So I'm going to bring it up. If you're okay, you can just hang it there. Fabulous. And then the next time we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves all the way up to mounted, standing tall. We're now mountain. Lost my feet, but you know, our feet then. We're going to bring our feet parallel. Well, not actually. We're going to bring our heels together and our toes together. We're going to lift our shoulders back and down. We're going to place our head right back on top of our spine. Okay,
Okay, toes are together, heels are together, so it's kind of a bit wobbly. But I want you to close your eyes. See if you can stand up tall. Taking a deep breath in and out. You just feel the fact that you are going to wobble backwards and forwards, that's fine. Just feel how your balance, how your weight changes over your feet. And just have a wiggle of your arms, take out any tension there. Wiggle your fingers, shuffle those shoulders. And that breath blows in. And that breath flows out. From here, you're still with your eyes closed. You're just going to turn your toes out slightly, keeping those heels together, sort of 5 to 1, 10 to 2, whatever feels about right for you. For me, it's about 5 to 1-ish. And then I'm going to turn my heels out to try and match my toes without looking. It's sort of how they feel more than anything else. From there, I'm just going to lift one foot up and then the other and replace. Like this. And my feet will more or less have sorted themselves out into a position that feels natural for them. A natural base. Brilliant. We're going to turn our palms to face forward. Now our arms facing forward, we're going to create 2 very big angel wings as we inhale, bring our fingertips to touch all the way overhead. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hands together in prayer position all the way down past our third eye, past our mouth, all the way down to our heart center. As we inhale, we're taking those hands wide, palms facing the sky as we scoop them up. And as we exhale, those palms sink. Again, inhale, reaching as wide as we can, scooping those hands up. And then as we exhale, hands sink, the ribs close down, shoulders sink back down. And again, inhale. And exhale. This time, we're going to keep the hands at heart center. We're going to take that deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bow that head. Just let it hang low towards those fingers at heart center. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to let those fingers just drop forward. Release out, taking that straddle flap. Batting the eyes open and just letting your body and arms just flap from side to side wherever feels good for you. Could be high, could be low, could be medium. Just let them go on their own movement. Brilliant. Coming back to that point of stillness, point of ease. Going to turn to the top of our mats, face the top. We're about 2/3 down our mat. Again, we're going to inhale, open the arms wide. Bring the hands together above us. Exhale. Bring the hands down to heart center. From here, we're going to exhale, sink into that chair position, but not to hold for long. From there, another deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale and bring it down into that forward fold, anchoring the hands down. You're going to step the left knee back, bring it to the ground. So we're in that kneeling lunge position. Brilliant. From there, we're going to inhale, rise up, come into our proposal, taking that hand all the way overhead. Taking that deep breath in and out. And again, deep breath. 2 more breath cycles here. Brilliant. And I'm going to exhale, bring that hand down to the ground, hand nearest the foot. That's the one that's going to pull that bowstring up into the air. Reach it high. And just think, can you square up those hips just ever so slightly? Front knee, front ankle. Brilliant. Let that hand rain down to the ground. Let's bring the knees together. And just here, we're just gently going to cat and cow that spine. We bring it back into our tabletop, lengthening crown to tail feathers, gentle whack of the tail. And we're going to come into extended table, taking the other leg long. Before we exhale, curl it up into our chest to place it forward. In that kneeling lunge. Check it all feels good. Check it's not gone too far forward. Okay, so we've got a nice right ankle. We're going to inhale, rise up. Take it into proposal, taking that hand all the way overhead. Fabulous. Deep breath in and out. Breath in and out. And rain those fingers all the way down. Hand touches the foot. That's the one we're going to inhale, rise high to the sky. So we're trying to keep that right ankle, knee above ankle. Remember, you don't have to use your arms. The hands can just stay on the thigh if that feels better for you. So we have that rotation through the waist. Okay, but there's no pressure on the shoulder. And a slight softness into the elbow. So we're not locking the hand out. Bring it all the way down. Fabulous. We're going to take it back into extended child pose. Bring the big toes together, taking the knees wide. Great time. If you've got cushions, you can sit back. I'll cushion onto your tail feathers. Okay, tucking the toes, having the head down. All right, you can place cushions underneath your head and lift the floor up to you, your choice. We have 4 breath cycles here. Just feeling the difference of the breath in and the breath out. Yes, for me, we're gently going to unravel and remove the cushion. And we're going to come to slither all the way down onto our tummies. Taking ourselves down. And we're going to come into our crocodile. So we're going to fold the forearms, place the forehead on the forearms. Take those legs long. But before we come into the position, we are just going to bring both heels up towards our bottoms. And we're just gently going to circle those feet around. One way or the other. Or maybe you're a kicking backwards and forwards person. Or a side to side person. Just find what works for you. At the end of this next breath cycle, we're going to bring the left foot to the floor, and then we're going to bring the right foot to the floor. Brilliant. Okay, let's sit the legs together. Toes are on the ground, heels are up in the air. From here, as we exhale, we're just going to keep those toes together, let the heels drape out to the side, and turn your left ear down in that crocodile. Full breath cycles here. Just have a gentle wiggle, make sure you're not holding, not forcing. Remember, you always have cushions or a bolster underneath your body. And that can be a lot more supportive to your back. Everybody's setup is slightly different, and everybody's done something slightly different. So just adapt and change it to make it yours. Or avoid and don't do. Come into Savasana, and we'll join you there shortly. And then turn the other ear down. Taking that breath all the way back into your ribs and your back. And gently bring those toes all the way back up. Fabulous. Let's take it into a baby sphinx. Anchor. There's no possibility it's down into the ground. Slide those elbows into wherever feels good for you today. And from there, as we inhale, we're stretching that tummy forward and then lifting it up slightly. Shoulder blades slide back and down. And remember, yours will look slightly different. Yours will feel slightly different. So just find what works for you. Toes long. And stretching, lengthening into our toes. Lengthening forward and up with our chest, with our tummies. And gently release it all the way down to the ground. Taking that roll over. We're going to come to roll all the way over to lie on our backs. Making our way on the back onto the mat. Great time. Cushion. Okay, if you've got physio ball, they're quite good. Cushions, pillows, whatever you've got really. We're going to come up into a supported bridge. I love supported bridges because they're a lovely inversion without having to do too much effort. So bring your feet to wherever is comfortable. I know we're always taught that you should be able to touch your heels with your hands. However, that puts an awful lot of stress onto your knees. So just position them where it is comfortable for you. And for me, that's with knees and feet more or less over each other. Not back towards my hip toe feathers. From there, we're going to inhale, exhale, curl that spine up. And when we've lifted to a position that feels right for us, we're just going to shuffle that cushion underneath the squeegee bit of our bottom. So it's not into the small of our back, it's underneath our tail feathers. And so coccyx, and release our bottoms back down onto that cushion. We're going to turn our palms now face the ceiling. There's no tension, there's no pressure up into our neck, onto our head. Okay, The weight is across bra strap, shoulder blades, that sort of area. I'm just going to focus on that breath in and that breath out. Taking awareness to the breath, how it feels. And if you want to, you can lengthen the left leg all the way up one. Still on that cushion. The right leg to join it. Okay. Now that might not feel so great for you. It's quite an opening of the hip flexors, the front of the pelvis, into the tummy. It might not feel good for you. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Stay in that supported bridge. Press cycle here. We're going to slide those heels all the way back in. And then gently, the next time we exhale, we're going to curl that spine nice and gently up and off that cushion. Remove the cushion and then gently curl that spine all the way down to the ground. Nice and gently. And from there, equally gently bringing ourselves into Apasana. So we're just moving that spine in totally the different direction again. Keeping the ankles and knees together. We're just going to circle the knees around to the left. And then round to the right. Taking the left foot to the floor, taking the right foot to the floor. We're going to come down into Savasana, taking the left leg long, taking the right leg long. Now this is choices, so if you want cushions under your back, feel free to do so. Bolsters, cushions under your knees, feel free to do so, your upper thighs, or just under your feet. Equally good, find the Savasana position that feels good for you. Press into the head, lift the shoulders off, shuggle the shoulder blades together. Release the shoulders back down to the floor, palms facing the ceiling. Just close the eyes. Take the awareness back down to the breath. And just slowing that breath all the way down. Finding your own breath count that works for you this morning. As you breathe out, just release the tension in your toes, in your feet. As you breathe out, just release the tension in your fingers, in your hands. As you breathe out, release the tension in your hips, your legs. As you breathe out next, just release the tension in your shoulders and back. As you breathe out, release the tension in your neck. As you breathe out, release the tension in your face. Just wiggle it a few funny faces and then just let it rest. As we breathe in, we let everything soften and expand. As we breathe out, we just let it go. Release. Your eyes closed and just flow with that breath.
On that note, guys, I'm going to wish you a lovely Sunday to relax and chill. Or if you're doing this another day, relax and chill there for a while longer. Take care, gang. Bye.